It worked.
Very nice intro.
It worked this time.
Hooray. 28, 27, 26, 3, 2, 1. We're on, Ted Rogers. We are
Cockney
on.
Spock, go.
All right, Dusty Bin is in.
Good afternoon, no audience. How are you today, no audience? We're fine. How are you, Commander?
Oh, I am doing peachy. I don't know if you guys have seen, I got my some of my channel vids up and running this week.
Ooh,
I've been trying to get
tell
out
me more.
day or two.
Vids.
Are
they mucky vids?
Oh, are they what?
Mucky vids.
Pop.
You know, mucky ones. You know, kind of. Mrs.
Bit blue.
No.
Okay, I'll use the Babel fish. Are they pornographic?
No, they are not. They are as straight and narrow as myself. But so I'm just trying to experiment with things, get it off the ground, trying new things with every video. Even if you can't see it, it's sort of there's a lot of background stuff that goes on, and still using my old potato here to put it together because my nice little Apple Mini is at the fortress of almost solitude. So, yeah, but just come along.
Are you not at the fortress? Are you not with the Mini?
I'm not with the Mini right now.
Are you in the gatehouse at the moment then?
Yeah, I'm in the sub fortress. It's just the evil castle.
Do they have different avatars on the screen down there?
No.
I'm sure I can see it straight away, and it's fucking with my OCD.
For reals. So let me see here.
Come on, Commander. There's going to be some form of professionalism throughout.
3 icons.
Obviously, that's rich coming from me after we've had to redo the show.
Well, let me see here. Let me see what I can dig up.
It's the non-symmetry. 3 icons, non-symmetrical.
I know.
This is
how are you, Cockney? How are you? I know I invited him, but I don't think he's come out of his pit.
He's busy. He's busy on Twitter.
Hibernating.
Slapping him down. Hibernating on Twitter. Best place for it. God, what a weird 24 hours. I just thought, just a nice quiet 24 hours. I can't even tell you for legal reasons. It's been like whack-a-mole all day. But it's just your little problem comes up, bash. Give it a bash. Brilliant. Everything's good. Oh, no. Everything. You were witness to the first. It started off with a dog in the garden.
Douche.
Yeah. Sorted that like, oi, dog, get rid of it.
Douche.
Yep, that was, and then Adobe were overcharging me for Photoshop. Had to sort them right out. Oi, Adobe, no, you will not triple your prices without letting me know. Oh, well, actually, we'll let you know last April. Last April, you might be legally within your rights, but that is bang out of order. Discount for me. Okay, we'll give you a discount.
Other software packages are available, by the way.
Other software, yeah, they're true. Although in Photoshop's case, got to say, pretty special. Only Photoshop's become a verb. You can't, bitmap paint it, can you?
I have been playing a little bit this week on Photoshop, learning some new skills.
Ooh, new skills. Have you been doing graphics, sir? Clearly you have.
Yes, for a certain channel and my own.
I like certain channels.
Mentioning no name.
No name.
Doomcock.
Hey, hail Doomcock.
Hail.
He's obviously listening. We can hear you, Doomcock.
Listen, we know he's listening, taking notes. We know.
I can hear him breathing.
Welcome to my new segment. New ideas for my show that I definitely thought up for myself. Plagiarism accusation on 5.
5 minutes.
Imitation is the sincerest form of plagiarism. Come on now.
Well, I asked him if he wants to come on my channel doing this, but obviously too small.
He says, I like your format, but what we'd do...
Love your format.
We just got to change a couple of things, like get rid of you and your mates, and
then
do it on my
put
channel
me,
with me and some entertaining people. We might have something. It's like this, but different.
And then Nick, your subject you've been banging on about for the last 2-3 days.
Next week, Blade Runner, a film that I just made up. Is Deckard a Blade Runner? I say he's a Blade Runner.
Commander, have you seen Blade Runner?
Yes, of course.
And your opinions is the burning question of the week is
burning question. Be careful how you answer. Oh,
no,
is
Deckard human or a replicant? Go.
I will say that until the fan theories started floating around
a
couple of years ago, it never occurred to me that he would be a replicant. Just never did. But looking at the different fan theories and looking at the elements of the movie that they rest on, it's certainly plausible. I think here's the thing. I think that it's intentionally and artistically left ambiguous. It's up to the viewer in every sense. So the director, they want people to walk away not knowing whether or not he's a replicant, and it's like it's a koan. It's one of these unsolvable problems.
It's a what?
A koan.
A koan. Yeah, you've heard those. It's like the Buddhist.
I'm stupid.
What is the sound of one hand wanking?
Exactly. What's the sound of one hand?
I know about that.
Clapping. Yeah. Exactly.
Expert.
Same thing. What's the sound of one hand?
So I think that's what what they were aiming for, and I think that they were successful at doing that.
Interesting hypothesis. Controversial.
So I kind of nodded off then. Sorry, mate. When the wanking word was mentioned, I just zoned out. So
you zoned in. No, I'll tell you what. He's right.
Always.
I'm sorry.
So, Commander, do you think he is or isn't? Then, sorry.
I mean,
unanswerable. He said the commander. Speaking for the commander, he said it's a koan, a riddle.
Okay, so
up enigma.
But
unanswerable. It's both at the
same
time.
You're sitting on the fence.
Replicant.
Well, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm sitting on the fence. I would say that it's
on the ramparts.
I would say that you can't decide one way or the other without prejudicing your decision in the first place. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like because it was designed for you not to really know. That was the big mystery.
I think that's the interesting thing is because I think it was unintentional. Because I think, like for example, by comparison, Total Recall, different question but similar riddle. The question there being, is it a dream? But the difference is very specifically, if you get the Blu-ray physical media, Paul Verhoeven, who's hardcore section, shuffle drugs, immediately says,
"Great director.
I posed a deliberate riddle." So he's confessing that he's giving you a dualistic answer, a deliberate. So what you said has been confirmed for Total Recall. Whereas for Blade Runner, I think at this point, having done this highly original show, we can confirm it is a riddle because literally 39 years later, we're still talking about it. The existence of the riddle, sir, you're quite right, is undeniable. But for me, the fascinating thing is, to the best of my knowledge, it wasn't an intentional riddle. That's the laugh. It's by accident. Ridley Scott's going. In fact, it's coming up.
People are talking about it.
Well, I'm talking about it so much that even my own YouTube algorithm.
And you're pissing people off.
No, I'm delighting them in equal measure.
Now you are.
If you get pissed off, it's on you. And of course that's so. But yeah, well, we'll get back to the getting pissed off. But basically, my own YouTube algorithm is proactively providing me with videos such as Ridley Scott answers the question of whether Deckard's a replicant. You go, "Hello, I'm Ridley Scott." Yes, he is. And it's that one. Boom! Wow, that's simple. Yes, he's a replicant. All right, Ridley, that's pretty plain. But so the thing is, to recap, it is a riddle, but I think it was unintentional.
5,
that in itself is even
3, 2, 1.
point on
10 over to Commander.
Well, okay, fair point. I hadn't heard Ridley Scott's take on the matter, but here's my thought on that. Anyone can say anything they want retroactively, whether they've reconsidered it or whether now it's popular to consider that he would be a replicant.
That's why we like him.
Well, if they wanted him to be a replicant, it would be very easy for them to say, oh, him looking at a mechanical hand of his own when his hand gets shot or something. They could have done something very blatant to say
Inserted
he was a
unicorn.
replicant.
I could do with a mechanical hand sometimes.
Yeah, the old Terminator style, but I think it just seemed to me that it was. Now it's funny because talking about Total Recall, that's one where it's also a riddle. But in my head, I think he was dreaming the whole thing.
I need to watch that again. It's been a while.
You do.
Yeah, watch the original. Don't watch the remake.
Don't watch the remake, or if you watch the remake, just don't have the sound on. Watch it for Jessica Biel. Terminate me anytime.
Yeah. So, what I've learned this week was I watched Blade Runner again.
Okay.
Up until the end of the actual Blade Runner film, I thought, okay, the signs were there. I think he's a replicant. Mm-hmm. So, okay, job's
Cody,
good.
Please continue.
Thank you. So, up until the end of the film, I've not seen it in a long, long time, and I watched it and I thought straight away, as soon as the paper unicorn, replicant. Watched it all the way through. I thought, I think he's a replicant. And then, you would have left it at that. But then 2049 came along and asked new questions. Mainly because, have you seen 2049, Commander?
No, I have not.
Oh, well, that's the end of the conversation then.
I'm sorry. I see it like I saw the Total Recall remake. I saw the Judge Dredd. I saw part of the Judge Dredd.
You should watch 2049. It's a great film.
I will take your advice on that because normally I don't like sort of like follow-ons or remakes, especially ones that are done now. I figure they're better just left alone before they pollute the headcanon. But
another topical point. This is why we do need Dimcock for a fourth because he's refusing
to come on his show.
And that too. He's refusing to come on the show and refusing to watch Blade Runner.
Yeah, because he's doing his own show now, isn't he?
Yeah, but no. But anyway, he reiterated that in the Twitter storm flurry in the last 24 hours. He reiterated, and I quote, "I refuse to ruin the perfection of Blade Runner in my mind by watching the awful sequel." As you know, it's awful if you haven't seen it. 2049. And I'm thinking, consistency. I had to quote tweet, even though Brown said, leave it. I had to quote tweet that.
You can't help yourself.
But, internal logic, this is the man that's been sitting through Pucard, Disco Very, Dr. Guppyfish, Jake Skywalker cries while milking a tit. He sat through all that. And he refuses to watch Denis. Slight inconsistency. Come on, Doomcock, you deny pleasure, mate.
I've even told him several times to watch Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
Is that the Elton John movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very good, you see.
Well, Cockney, you'd be proud of me because I maintain purity. I do not watch Discovery. I do not watch Pucard. I don't watch. I watched the first remake of the Star Wars, and I said this is utter crap, and I'm not going to watch any of the rest of it. I just don't watch any of it. It leaves me kind of at a disadvantage in discussions like this. But
that's why Commander's got the white helmet and gloves, ladies and gents at home, purely because of that.
Just needs to move that helmet up.
When he goes out in the snow, he disappears. Thinking man's gag.
Pure as the driven slush. Actually, Gio, you're right. So for consistency, because I have watched Blade Runner 2049 repeatedly, then I actually need to order Disco Very and Pucard because obviously I need to be internally consistent.
10 seconds.
But I am happy profound consistency on the 15. Yeah, if I like sequels, I've got to watch all the sequels, the reboots, the soft reboots, the novelizations, the retcons, the decons, the unicorns, the
You should
Doomicons.
just have Cockney Mirror Spock watch it, and then not let the Cockney Spock's mind be polluted.
Cockney, can I just pick you up on something as well?
Please do.
For the sake of me as a presenter, you need to change your name. You need to keep it Cockney Spock. If you're going to go down the mirror stuff, Cockney Spock, open brackets, mirror universe, close brackets. It's easier for me as a presenter.
Is it?
It is
easier for you. Oh, you want it easy?
Because I don't think there's such a thing as Cockney Mirror Spock. Because it's still Cockney Spock. But
well, I'm glad you mentioned that.
It's nuance, my friend. And
no, it is. Well, I'm so glad you brought it up. If you'd all like to bring up your diagram of the Kelvin timeline, Prime Spock, Prime Mirror Spock, Kelvin Spock,
Waynetta,
Kelvin Mirror Spock, Burnham Spock, Post-Burn Spock, Burnham Mirror Mikey Spock, Post-Mirror Kelvin. I mean, I've got a headache. My ears are bleeding already, and they're both. So I'm basically making
it's really
a comment
fucking my OCD, mate.
No, I'm making a comment on the pig's ear. Even within Star Trek, there's got to be some internal logic on parallel universes. 25% different. I'll give you 25%. So
you're 78% different on that one, mate.
Well, as you know, Spock was from the Wayne universe. But with all that controversy over Blade Runner, basically Spock got hung by having too many controversial
by his own
opinions.
bootlaces.
Yeah, so I've been soft rebooted as Wayne universe. Mirror Cockney Spock. Mirror,
right.
Indicate, maneuver.
Okay. We're going to leave that now. Just change it.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Just change it. It's doing my titting.
Symmetry, fourth for Bruce.
I'm going to share a screen, everybody. Sad news today, so just bear with me. Hopefully the screen will come up correctly and not blow the
Sonny and
computer up. There we go. Everybody see that?
I see a monolith.
Oh.
The Babylon 5 woman died yesterday, Mira Furlan, who played. Have both of you seen Babylon 5?
I'm ashamed to admit that I have not.
Oh, jeez.
Babylon what?
I saw commercials for it, and then
for the peeps at home. My God, why am I mixing with this riffraff? Jesus Christ.
Ooh. I didn't see Farscape either. If that
to be fair, Farscape was pretty damn good considering that it was mainly produced in Australia, if I do believe. A very, very underrated classic. Babylon 5, 25 years ago. So ahead of its time with the supposedly 5 seasons story arc, which kind of got messed up a little bit by the studios not giving the go ahead for the 5th season until it was technically too late. Way ahead of the curve on anything. There was at the time the great kind of DS9 Babylon 5 debate. I think a lot of people saw how good Babylon 5 was and kind of wanted something a little bit like that for Star Trek. So that's probably why DS9 kind of evolved over the seasons a little. It was very kind of bottle episodes at the beginning, wasn't it? So
DS9. Doggy
like regular Star Trek was.
So then it kind of started going down the Dominion War stuff, which it was technically, for me, I just see all that stuff and I just think they're just kind of ripping off Babylon 5. Babylon 5 was great. Everybody should watch it. I don't know if it'll hold up well, being that it was 25 years ago. But
watch it anyway.
Just watch. just watch, if anybody's not watched it at home, watch the first 4 series and then skip straight to the last episode of season 5, and then you've got the effects. Effectively, you've got the complete package before the 5th season was renewed. You don't need to see the 5th season.
That's a big ask, isn't it? I just watched 4 seasons. Everyone listening to Brown, just commit to 4 seasons. You're not doing anything.
Quality seasons. Quality.
Really he's
quality,
up,
my friend. Anyway, one of the getting back to the sad news, one of the main characters, Mia Furlan, who played Minbari Ambassador Delenn, died yesterday. So anybody who she was like kind of the spiritual leader of the Minbar, and anybody who 25 years ago, strong woman, not shoved down your throat like nowadays, but a genuinely great character, genuinely well written, just no agenda, no diversity or forced, blah, 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 blah. Just great, pure, unadulterated sci-fi. Some great characters, lots of fantastic character development, character arcs. She died yesterday, age 65. So 65 is nothing.
That's young.
It's
pretty young.
She was born in Croatia. I think she emigrated. She was an actress in the former Yugoslavia. She starred in numerous plays, TV series, and films. She emigrated to the US with her husband November 1991. So I would probably say Babylon 5 was her kind of breakout role in the States. What else has she been in? She was in Lost. Did anybody ever see Lost? Because I probably saw it.
Unfortunately, yes, I sat through about 3 seasons of that second.
That was J.J. Abrams, wasn't it?
J.J. wanking without an ending. Smoke monster. What? Time flash. Time forward. No conclusion. Bollocks. Yeah, whatever happened to that J.J. Abrams unable to finish the story and see it through?
So just a little tweet from J. Michael Straczynski. Teeth. It is a night of great sadness for our friend and comrade who had gone down the road where we cannot reach her. But as with all things, we will catch up with her in time. And I believe she will have many stories to tell us and many new roles to share in the universe. So that's from the great man himself. J. Michael Straczynski. Yeah, he wrote Babylon 5. Listen, mate.
Did he?
The teeth ain't working today. Yeah, he's done. He was wanted to do a Star Trek as well, wasn't he, recently? Or somebody wanted him to come in on Star Trek. Is that right, or am I just getting my?
I'd never heard of him until about a minute ago.
The name sounds familiar. Bounced around Star Trek's, lore, or like chatter, but I didn't put his name with Babylon 5 either.
Listen, guys. Honestly, Mr. Brown recommends Babylon 5. Because
I'll take that under advisement.
You'd love it, mate. You'd love it.
All right, I'll have a look. I've just ordered The Expanse season 4, even though it's the wrong region. I'm so desperate. I'm just mind over matter. I'm just going to willpower the region to correct.
Would you buy a new Blu-ray if that doesn't work?
If it was available. That's the thing about New Zealand. We love our physical media. You can get 4Ks and Blu-rays till the cows come home. Can you get a 4K or Blu-ray player? Can you fuck?
Okay, we'll just do one more story, and then we'll just talk bollocks for a bit.
Capitalism comment coming up on 25.
25. Yesterday,
no time to download. No time.
Was delayed again.
No time to delay. It doesn't exist. They never filmed it. It's a lie. Don't believe it.
Do you think they're doing reshoots, or does it say like why they're
I think
like what they're doing with the delay? Or
I think they're doing shoots. I don't think there's a film. There's nothing in the can.
You know what, my friend? As soon as I saw that last night, straight on the Twitter sphere, I put, you need to plenty of time to reshoot what you know you need to reshoot.
Oh, perfect. Well put.
Reshoot Bond. That'd be a good headline. Reshoot Bond reshot.
I'm a very, very massive fan of James Bond since
You're massive something.
Just grew up with it. You know, I can remember it. I'm sat there on my potty gurgling, watching James Bond. That's how long. And
it's a great image.
It is. I'm fearful of this one. I don't think I've ever been fearful of a Bond film before, but I don't know. What do you think, guys?
You're right. I think you're right to be fearful.
I mean,
feel the fear.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it.
Fearful is not really the word I would use. Every time that a new Bond comes around, back whether it was, in my time, whether it was Pierce Brosnan or then with Daniel Craig, I've been apprehensive where I'm like, can this person pull off what, in various ways, Roger Moore and Sean Connery and Timothy Dalton did. And so I'm always apprehensive about that. And then in their own ways, they sort of fill into the character with one solid Bond movie, and then they make a whole bunch of crap after it. And so with this, it's like, I know it's just going to be crap because it's one of the follow-on Bond movies, and they're telling me they're broadcasting that it's going to be crap because they've got this, if it fits a woman sort of crap, and so I'm not fearful. I know it's going to be garbage. I may not even watch it. I didn't watch the newest Spectre one. What was that one called?
Spectre.
Yeah, and
that's what it's called, Commander.
Oh, it's just called Spectre. That's very original.
Yes.
I saw it on an airplane. When I had nothing else to watch, I was like, "No, I'll watch this," and it was just a waste of time, complete waste of time. It didn't.
Have you not seen Spectre at all? Then did you say sorry?
No, I saw it on an airplane. I didn't pay for it.
To be fair, I was disappointed with it when it first came out.
Apparently, they're doing
it's grown on
version.
me. It's grown on me.
They're going to do a re-edit, a feminist version called Respecter. Come on,
boom! Mic drop.
Well, let me
minutes.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, go on.
The Spectre. I'm sure I'll rewatch it at some point. I just wasn't impressed at the time. Not at all. Especially coming off of the one before it with Javier Bardem, which I thought had a lot of potential, and it missed. It wasn't like a fiasco, and it wasn't insulting to Bond and the legacy, but it missed on a lot of levels. Yeah, it was like they wanted to go that way, but they didn't. I mean, I got to tell you, because I was kind of expecting it to go woke, and then when Javier Bardem's character just blew the lady away, with the antique pistol, I was like, oh,
I know.
I guess she's not a strong woman. Okay, so stuff like that, unexpected, subverted expectations, whatever, made the film interesting. This here, I guarantee you, they've shown all the best parts in the extended trailers. I guarantee you that anyone with any sense is reshooting this stuff, or they're just shelving it. Okay. Well, I don't want to change the subject right now, but it's so bizarre to me how Hollywood and the people surrounding the entertainment industry will shelve absolutely great products, and then they'll shove out absolute garbage. This is all aside from the woke stuff. I was just reading today about the Disney movie John Carter of Mars. I don't know if you guys remember that movie.
Average.
It was. I enjoyed it. And I did. Did you guys ever?
I'm going to have to think twice about inviting you on here, Commander.
Did you ever read the books? Do you know the character John Carter?
Very well. He's a great guy.
Personal friend, mine.
Used to be a tax accountant traveling.
Well, when you see a character from a book come to life. A character that you love and that you're familiar with come to life on the big screen, and it's done in a way that's not, intentionally insulting like what they did with Picard or new Spock.
30 minutes.
It's
sheer fucking hubris.
It's encouraging, to see something like that, to say, oh, they're trying to do the thing. Was it exactly like it was from the book? No, but even like in Jurassic Park, Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm were nothing like they were in the book, but they're still endearing characters.
Like with Blade Runner, nothing like
movie.
it was in the book. It was a human in the book.
Sure, yeah, there you go. I don't know. I don't remember I
think that the key question for James Bond is James Bond a replicant? That's what I want.
If he is,
he'll be traded in for a newer model later. So I suppose technically,
that's what it is.
I will say, can I just say, going back to Bond? I think the direction, how it looks, will be amazing because it looks great.
Who's directing?
It's that guy who did True Detective. That
guy.
What's his name?
That guy.
That Japanese-sounding guy. I can't remember because I'm not professional enough to have done research.
I just put you on the spot there. Directed by that guy, known for that movie.
Anyway, he did. I know that he did True Detective.
What's True Detective?
It's a TV series about a detective.
A detective?
You little bastards. You little bastards, you're trying to do your best to trip me up today.
Now on the BBC, Two Detective.
Now on the Tripping Over My Tongue channel. Thank you, Commander. I can always
Commander.
No, I said Commander.
No, Commander. Commander correction.
Listen, I can always count on Commander's professionalism, unlike
James
yourself.
Bronze.
Jamie Brond.
Sean Connery.
Well, that series,
it's going to look great.
Well done.
It's going to look great. My point is, it's going to look great. Growbag.
Hey, I'm Brofeld.
There's a little. Sorry, Commander.
Looking great can even save a movie, though. Speaking of James Bond movies that are failures, though, I can never remember the Daniel Craig names. The one that took place in the desert in Chile about the water, the dumb plot like that. That one to me looked great. It was well shot. It was like the angles were great. The action sequences were good, and but it was a terrible, stupid movie. But it's still fun to watch. It's still pretty to watch. And if they do that here, and they keep the crap that they know is going to piss everyone off to a minimum, it might pass through. I don't know. So maybe there's a civil war going on at the studio where it's like, no, we have to cram this stuff down people's throats. No, we have to actually make a buck. And then they're still fighting over it. That's likely. I mean, given what we know about what's happening at Lucasfilm.
But it's basically Michael Wilson and Barbara
Broccoli.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
They're only answerable to themselves, aren't they?
Ooh, like Lucas on episode 1.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh boy.
but yeah, like Spock said, that could be a problem.
Surely they've done these films long enough to realize what works.
I don't know.
I'm very fearful.
Yeah, people seem to get to a point in their life, like Patrick Stewart, where they're like, "Hey, I'm going to have fun shitting on my legacy, and just see what happens." As I fade out, into non-existence. I mean, I don't know why. Yeah, Patrick Stewart's not long for this world. I mean, God rest his
cheers, mate.
soul.
He has been 80 years old for the past 50 years. If you go back to 1980 in Excalibur, he's exactly the same age as in Picard. It's incredible. He's a natural to play Benjamin Button. In a weird way. He doesn't age backwards.
Cockney, going back to the screen,
forward.
Can you see a little message from our very, very good friend, Robert Meyer Burnett? Can you see it?
No, but I just want to add that. It has been such a charmer. Just want to say a nice shout out to the Burnett. He's been such a charmer.
Rob, are you going to come on here, mate? We need you on here, mate.
Come on, Rob, we need you. We need your fluffiness. At least you don't steal our formats. Come on, mate, get stuck in.
Not yet.
He's in the fickle world of favourite broadcasters. He's totally swapped with Doomcock. Loving the Burnett this 24 hours in my fickler fudge world of friends.
So, gentlemen, do you think it's going to happen then in October? Do you think it's going to come out?
No. Bollocks. Bullshit.
I mean, it's got to come out sometime, right? I mean, what do you mean come out? I mean, just like it did with
Wonder Woman. What do you mean? Come out? What, like released? What is the concept you speak of? Films coming out?
Anybody who wants to come out on this channel, feel free.
Exactly. Oh yeah, James Bond's.
We're open-minded.
Maybe it is going to come out in that way. It's going to be a
Commander. You always have to take it down to your level, don't you?
Well, it is on the honeymoon period. Remember,
you're the one who was supposed to bring the culture to this channel, and you're just taking it down to the toilet level, dude.
Oh,
he's young and in love. He's on his honeymoon period.
He is.
Bit, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, eh? With his 2 fortresses, 3 wives, 2.
I love you, darling. What's for dinner?
Just one wife. One wife is more than enough. So.
Have you had your first argument yet? Or are you still golden?
No comment. I don't want to start.
When I say
seat up again, you may be the commander of the airwaves, but you ain't commander of the toilet seat, mister.
When I say polish my helmet, dear, you polish it.
With the white gloves, I want to see the white gloves. Come on, switch on the camera. I've got my Spock top.
Well, I will tell you this. I will tell you this. The toilet seat is a perennial sort of argument between men and women, right? And I'm kind of a techie nerd, right? Well, here's the thing. I found there's a toilet that it raises and it lowers on its own, like robotic. And so, and I invested in one of these things, and we have never had to fight about that once because my little robotic toilet works.
Your sexist pig of a robot, assuming your gender, cutting off your penis. I'm transitioning you, robot. Fuck you, digital dunce. How dare you? Next, it'll be giving you a Brazilian. Oh, I thought you said a Hollywood. Sorry.
Yeah, that is the fear. You don't want the Skynet coming alive when you're on the loo.
I've been to Osaka. That bloody toilet has more RAM than my Apple Macintosh.
Yeah.
Telling me what I had
certainly got more than mine.
Goes, oh, konnichiwa. Korean Airlines, I see. Rice again. Stereotype on 3745.
So that wasn't, there haven't been any arguments over the toilet seat. No, I do what I can to allow technology to keep those things
so have you had any arguments at all then?
Yeah, it's a bit raw though. He doesn't want to talk about it.
No, we were talking about makeup sex the other day.
Yeah, well, I make up the idea.
Moving swiftly on.
Yes. We'll move back to James Bond.
We'll leave that for your mucky, dirty channel. Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Which, by the way, everyone, if you're listening to this on the repeat, go over to Commander Culture. It's especially relevant if you're American, but it's meant for all people of the English-speaking persuasion.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Oh, I'm curious now. So if you speak Swahili, not so much for you, but if, like, for example, myself, an international man of mystery that's only 12.5% American, it's only going to be 12.5% extra. Is it because it's about the election?
Let me see. I talked a little bit about
we'll hit that 40. Do you want to talk about the election 40 minutes?
I want to ask one thing, actually.
Yeah, I think we should. I
just want to ask a question that I really want to be asking to the news media, but unfortunately,
go.
Here, so we're going to blame. Why? Who came up with? Because I caught the Kiwi media doing it tonight. Whenever there's a president of the United States, especially when he gets elected or steals the election or whatever, I don't care. They go, the leader of the free world. Hello, what the fuck? You're not a leader. Look, you might have had a civil war and called it a revolution, but you're not our boss. You're not leader of the free world.
Leader of America. Let's get it.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
You're barely leader of the
But
United
fucking-
States.
fucking
You're the leader of the free world. Exactly.
Arrogance.
You speak for yourself, mate.
Sheer
Leader of
fucking
the free world.
hubris.
It
Sheer
is.
fucking double standards.
And you know what, mate? I've
Lead
seen
yourself.
I've seen little bits of it this week, and to me, it's just sheer fucking show business, and I think that's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's all theater. It's propagandistic theater.
It's
bollocks. And look, regardless,
Starship Troopers.
This is
As
for you guys, and for anybody that's listening. And I think it's an important point. And I'm glad you guys brought it up because, one of the things that defined Trump as a president for all of his faults and whatnot was that he didn't spend a lot of time talking about himself as the leader of the free world because he was an America First policy guy. He didn't care what happened with other countries for good or bad nearly as much as he cared about what happened within the U.S. borders. And so you're probably going to get a double dose of that stuff because you haven't been used to hearing it for 4 years. And it's going to hopefully be as nauseating for you all outside of the U.S. borders as it is for us within.
No, true, actually, because he's already sticking his nose in with Brexit, going, you can't have a hard border with, or an order, I order you not to have a hard border with Ireland. Well, sorry, mate, but that's what Brexit is. If we're going to have a hard border, that's up to us, not you, pal.
Right.
So, yeah, he's getting a bit, he's getting right stuck in already, isn't he? You're right.
And the real tragedy here is, the America First policy also resulted in the first American presidency that didn't result in a major war since the 1970s.
You're going to war.
We are. We are, back to the Starship Troopers quotes, right?
Going to war, mate.
We're going to war.
He started 2 wars already. 24 hours, he's reinvaded Syria and Iraq.
Correct. Yeah. Well, they moved troops from Iraq to
24
Syria.
24 hours. It'll be in Iran by Wednesday. It'll be invaded
you can count on
by
it.
Friday.
You heard it here first. There will be a war of definite note. Hopefully, one that's more or less
that's
forgettable.
very sad.
Coming up on the Doomcock show tomorrow, new invasions by Joe Biden. Another original idea.
Another channel exclusive.
Exactly.
DVD
Another new
dialogue.
winner. Exactly. What's happening with Syria featuring Doomcock?
Yeah. So that's
I can't build the dioramas fast enough. I did actually post it on Twitter because I don't think people believe me, but I have got a massive downtown Damascus diorama down there.
I've seen it.
I cannot get the Humvees built quick enough. So
that's what she said.
Hang on, how's that? Look, I've had some loose innuendos in my time, but I can't get the Humvees built quick enough. How is it? Even Benny Hill will be scratching his head going, no, nothing sexual about that. Can't get, how's your Humvees?
That's what she said.
I like your APCs, eh? You're nice.
That's what he said.
M113s on that one. That's what she said.
That's what he said.
That's what they said. Reboot. So what did you two argue about?
My train of thought derailed at Benny Hill.
So did my mate.
Well, I'll tell you what,
we were just saying we were just saying that basically we're expecting the USA to go back into war because
it is.
Well, for a couple of different reasons. One, the American people are very gormless, and they
American people are sick and tired of Trump not invading countries. You've had 4 years, Donald. Now you've had your chance. Get out.
They don't know.
Going to get it done.
They don't know that they're not sick of it, but they're going to find out real soon because the United States is not in any shape to launch a war. I don't even know if Trump himself is a pacifist, but he is a realist, and he realized, any major conflict we get into is going to result in bad stuff happening for the country. So people have gotten used to hopefully this peaceful sort of a thing, and they'll realize. But it'll be spun propagandistically to be like the bad guys attacked us, or oh my gosh, it was a terrorist attack, or
it was a Gulf of Tonkin.
Gulf of Tonkin, Pearl Harbor, whatever you want to point to. But that's how America's traditionally gone is, We don't just stand. Even what was it? The back in World War One, the Zimmerman telegram and the Lusitania. We're such terrible victims. And we could. Who would have ever guessed that this would happen? Well, I guessed it, and so did Mr. Spock,
right.
and so does a whole bunch of other people.
We wrong about the toilet seat, but you're right about this.
We discussed this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, about America going to war
ahead of the curve?
Perhaps.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think it was one of the. Was it with Problem Being? We were discussing that, wasn't it, a couple of weeks ago?
Could be. Yeah.
I'm sure it was because I completely remember, and I've been trying to hold back when I see all these Twitter feeds from all these Americans I know. All I want to go and pile on in is say, "You're going to war. You're going to war."
Yeah, well, they won't believe it, and even when they do, they won't remember that you said that. Or they'll say, "Well, now the situation's different because Vladimir Putin poisoned the assistant secretary of education with a rice and
vegetation." Nice.
I mean,
with boiled carrots.
Good for now.
So the population is very heavily propagandized.
So, do you think America is one of the most dangerous countries on Earth? Then?
At this point, right now, I would say yes, because it's very unstable.
This is from an American people.
Yeah, some great weapons coming up.
And I would consider myself to be an American patriot as well. But it's very unstable internally. And in order to, and this was another, so I said there are multiple reasons to go to war. Economic instability and problems make the government, the people in leadership, want to change the subject. Stop looking at your collapsing currency. Look at us blowing stuff up overseas, right?
Yeah,
or look at the threat that these people pose. Or it's and the same thing. As civil liberties erode, or as
don't look at
civil unrest spreads.
Right, F-16. Yeah,
and that's. Mm-hmm.
So I was going to say, I'll tell you what. Sometimes I wonder if they do it on purpose or they're being silly. Because hindsight is 20/20. But to Mr. Obama, in hindsight, to any president or anyone waging a war, if you give the enemy a deadline, we're going to finish this thing by June 15th next year, they're just going to wait until June 16th, aren't they? We're going to pull out of Afghanistan on this date. You've effectively given up. I'll tell you when we're going to finish the war. So in hindsight, I know they didn't land as a joke, but I guess we are talking about war. But yeah, you can't really have a deadline. Imagine if we did that in World War II. Right, Hitler, you got until September 1944, and that's it. We're out and going home. So you better give up until then, mate, because we're fucking off home for Christmas. So that's why the Taliban. In fact, this did happen in Vietnam. We take the hill, all these GIs die for the hill, and then as soon as we pull out, or they pull out, the Viet Cong come back. Oh, they fucked off. It's our hill again. It's like you got to. So Afghanistan's like a big hill in Vietnam. As soon as you leave, they just fuck off back again, don't they?
Do you think America is so desperate to claw back its #1 status in the world?
China.
And they'll do anything to do it.
Look, at this point.
Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Oh,
yeah. He started thinking about your question. How dare he? Normally, just say the first
48 minutes, Commander. Go.
Don't get that on your show, do you, Doomcock? People thinking about it before they answer. No, they just weigh in with the first bollocks and pops it to their little pea brain. Sorry, off you go, Commander.
Go, Commander. Go.
So there have been other political administrations that have been sort of, the Bush administration, the Clinton administration, the Obama administration, that were powered by their own ideology. They were powered by sort of the deep state, if you will, that buoyed them up to a position of power. What we have now, I believe, is different. I had a video that I put out looking at the findings of the U.S. Senate into President-elect Biden's son's dealings with the Chinese. And
Hunter laptop.
And the Hunter laptop. And it's very obvious that the Biden crime family is in hock. They're in hock to the Chinese government or intelligence. And so in a very real sense, I was discussing this with the missus the other day. Actually, it's much worse than the Manchurian Candidate. If you saw that classic movie, because in that movie, the Manchurian Candidate character did not know that he was under the control of the Chinese, and the Chinese didn't control him directly. They controlled him indirectly.
He didn't know he was a replicant.
Whereas now we have somebody who is not who is a willing and complicit participant in all of this. So as far as America regaining its number one status, no, I don't think that's the goal anymore. It might have been under Obama, it might have been under Bush or Clinton. Now the goal is to do what what the paymasters tell them to do, or what they're directed to do. And China is going to try to move to top spot. That's a whole other topic for discussion, because China is a complete basket case, but it's an authoritarian, tyrannical, and iron-fisted basket case that's
ruling the Pacific region and building new islands. Literally.
Right. Well, this is the thing. It's complete idiocy to try to attack your enemy by building more battleships than them or tanks like the Soviet Union did. You're going to bankrupt yourself. You can, and the proof is right there in the Hunter Biden report. You can bribe an entire political family for a couple $1 million. You don't. I mean, for the 10th of a cost of an aircraft carrier, you can control Congress. And they have. And so now you're in a very sticky situation. But that's what I'm saying. That's what makes the United States sort of dangerous as a deep state political entity, because you're going to have factions that don't want to be controlled by the Chinese, but still want to continue
dangerous and sticky.
To do this thing. It's a classic argument where everyone says, Pakistan is a dangerous, unstable country and shouldn't have nuclear weapons. Well, how is Pakistan any different from the United States nowadays? Except they probably have better food in Pakistan. I don't know, but
better spices.
Their curry is better. But
satire on 5130
from Commander Culture.
I think that's what we're looking at, and it's not a good place to be. It's certainly not good. As an American, we can look at this from the inside, kind of going, but as somebody overseas, I would be very, very nervous. If I was somebody in Eastern Europe, if I was somebody in the Middle East, certain parts of Asia, you better be looking over your shoulder, because these are all the hot spots that are potentially going to be triggered. And,
If I was just thinking then, you said you'd recently revisited Starship Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
All the images I've seen on TV this week from all this going on, it's just like all the information snippets from Starship Troopers.
Yeah. Would you like to know more? And you can go and click on the.
What a great film!
Yeah, it was way before its time.
Cockney's not seen it.
I've not seen it.
Oh,
amazing film.
The missing part of my Verhoeven trilogy.
The Golden Trinity, pal.
Take 2 hours.
Total Recall, the other one.
Or read the book, and it'll take
books are different.
Buy the Blu-ray, strip naked, cover yourself in Swarfega.
Swarfega always. Burn the
book. A cup of tea and just sit there in front of the TV.
Read the book.
Completely lubed up for the viewing experience, mate. You'll love it.
The Swarfega experience.
Yes, you'll love it. Such a great film.
And then pop on the RoboCop, and then the Total Recall.
And the special effects holds up pretty well too.
They do.
I was surprised. They had a lot of good practical effects, and they had a lot of good special effects. And it came out a little bit after Jurassic Park or something like that, but it reminded me of that, where they mixed practical effects and computer graphics.
In the UK, in the UK, it came out on New Year's Day, 1998. Which New Year's Day, to bring a film out like that was just so amazingly good. We'd been raving the night before, an all-nighter for New Year's Eve. And I went to see it. And I went to see it with my friends on the higher level, as it were. And we were just.
Then you get freaked out by the insects.
Well, you know the bit where they're in the compound and they're shooting because they're all the bugs are attacking.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
And then,
yeah,
and then
no spoilers. No spoilers.
Well,
Yeah.
and then the
Insects.
shooting, and then all of a sudden there's a shot that goes from the center of the compound up over the barriers, and then
Right.
it looks over the barriers, and you just see
Barry?
these. You just see it. Well, it's a sea of insects, don't you?
You
And
see a sea?
we just looked at each other and went, "Fuck, amazing." That was like
Yeah.
that was like the homage to Zulu, wasn't it? That part.
Well, you're right. I thought that it was the homage was kind of like Custer's Last Stand, for America.
Did they
except
start singing?
Except Custer did not have a very good outcome, and Rourke's Drift did. So we won't ruin it for Spock. Which outcome happens?
You need to watch
there.
it, mate. It's a great film.
Timely,
Yeah.
though, because we just had
55.
the anniversary of Rourke's Drift, January 21st, 1879.
I think,
Wow.
without looking who's in, I think our regular Sklavko's in. He's been saying, "Where are we?"
Slavko, jak się
Heyo,
masz?
mate.
Dzień dobry.
He just turned up
What
just
did
as I
they
was
do?
saying, "Yes."
Oh,
Sorry,
that's the-
Sklavko. We had technical difficulties. I think my
you
browser
missed out on a
crashed.
bit of Yugoslavia chat there, Slavko. Don't laugh, it was the RIP page. Oh, never mind. Still part of Life's Great Cavalcade.
Commander, getting back to your channel, how many videos did you say you've uploaded?
Oh, I think I've got just a couple of, like 3, 4.
Duration of each?
About
Yeah,
10
how long can you
minutes.
go for?
Right, so just little snippets, yes.
Yeah, more or less. I'm going to be putting up a longer one this week, and
Ooh.
I have. There was a couple of people that I was engaging with on the channel that were like, we'd like you to talk about this in particular, so that's
go,
what I'm going
Cockney.
to be looking at. Yeah,
What's he saying?
Yugoslavia.
all the Slavs.
Yugoslavia.
Are these videos any good?
Oh, mine? Oh, I think they're fantastic. I think everyone should watch them and subscribe. By the way,
I will
But,
put a link down. I will put a link
Objective.
down for you.
well, and they will. Like I said, they will get better. This is kind of me testing out various things, different lighting and equipment and sound stuff, and I haven't even gotten into the production angle of it really, because like I said, I don't have access to my Mac Mini yet. So
But doing it, yeah, because you're in a different so you got 2 locations. You have 2 studios, or did you film in one, or
right.
how'd you do
Well,
that?
the fortress is not really even worth talking about right now. The studio there, it's just very slowly pieced together, and there's no
shit.
internet. So the internet still has to be strung together. If you remember,
I do.
but-
There's a theme there. No internet at the fortress. Can't broadcast without much internet. I mean,
No,
I've got
no.
slow
He
internet.
needs a satellite uplink. That's what he
it's
needs.
going to be hard to target my death ray without the internet uplink. So
Don't
Well,
have
we're
any
gonna-
drone strikes.
I think we're going to have a look at these videos and give you some feedback. Yeah.
sure, yeah, you go for it.
Sure,
I'd appreciate
sure.
it. And they'll keep coming out. There's no shortage of stuff to talk about, but and there'll be more as we go forward. Yeah.
Here you go. Little message from our friend Sklavko. Going back on what I said earlier. Great actress died 2021. Mia Furlong. She was in Lost and many more great movies and shows. Interesting how he didn't say Babylon 5.
Correct. He did not mention that. Well, he was a Slavko just for you. If you rewind later, tennis
Right to the
style,
beginning, yes.
then Mr. Brown's done a little memorial,
Yeah.
and you did focus on Babylon 5. So it's
For a good 5 minutes, yes.
Babylon 5 minutes.
Hurrah.
Radio silence.
I'm just sitting back in amazement. That was good.
That was spontaneous. I'll tell you what though, while we got that silence, I've been looking for a segue, but it's not coming. So I'm just going to chuck it in. Well, speaking of lacking of segues, but Slavko mentioned Yugoslavia earlier, and the one amazing thing, the last thing I learned about Yugoslavia, small detail, but actually amazingly relevant. I'm glad it happened just to prove a point. But it was the only country, as far as I know, that it was this was in the, let's just say, in the latter half of the 20th century.
59.
Yugoslavia point on the hour. that it was a communist country. It was a communist-run country. Tito,
Yeah,
but it was
President
not.
Tito. I remember that.
It was not part of the Soviet Union. It was outside. It was basically Tito big bollocks just went right. I'm communist. Stalin, fuck off, doing it my own way. So it just went to show that communism and being part of the Russian Soviet Empire is not necessarily the same thing. I think in hindsight, the West should have had stronger ties with Yugoslavia just to show we haven't got a problem with communists all the time. It's that Joe Stalin we don't like, bloody Soviets. So Yugoslavia, essential part. If you're studying late 20th century history, obviously I go to Poland because I'm biased, but after Poland, Estonia. All right, but apart from Estonia, Latvia. That's really where the Berlin Wall. Anyway, but yeah, Yugoslavia. So good one, Slavko. Yugoslavia. So because of that unfortunate death, it allowed us to learn a little bit about Yugoslavia on the hour. Tito. Okay.
Yeah, and the West did make a lot of overtures to that. I don't know how it was in the UK, but in the late 80s in America, there were a lot of cars called Yugos that were little
great cars, very reliable.
They worked really well, and they sort of fit that niche before it's kind of like if you didn't want to buy Japanese, you'd buy a Yugo, and it was like we do everything we could to push dollars, in Deutschmarks and whatever that way to kind of punish all the other Warsaw Pact countries and reward the non-communist or the non-Soviet influenced Yugoslavia. And then, of course, that all went tits up within a couple of years.
With the fall of the wall.
Tits up, ladies and gentlemen. Tits up.
Tito, tits up.
You heard it first. Tito, tits up.
Right, old tits up. Still not as bad as that Ceausescu. He bought the farm and no mistake. Up against the wall, Ceausescu. It's over for you. Bang, bang.
Ceausescu, cock up.
Literally, the revolution was televised. Bang, bang, bang. And now for the weather.
Yeah, he was the only one stupid enough not to abdicate. He's sitting there, comrades. We're all buddies, aren't we?
Yeah, no. I mean, just exactly. Oi, Gaddafi, duck.
I'm going to rip something off Doomcock's channel.
You can't do that. There is no legal precedent.
Yeah, TMTM, man. TMTM.
Hey, here's our new character, Billy Cthulhu. Hey, how you going? What's the difference between a pan and a stone?
Here we have our new character of the show, Timmy Tourette's. Fuck you, cunt, bastard, twat, wanker.
Timmy Tourette's. You can't resist him.
Although,
you literally can't help having Timmy Tourette's on.
I shouldn't have said that, ladies and gentlemen, because it is
we apologise to all the Timmys.
Timmy! To be fair, I have seen programs about people who've got Tourette's. Occasionally, there's a program that will pop up on the BBC. My dad's got it.
That's called being obstinate.
I feel for these people, and I shouldn't have been
car insurance.
I shouldn't have been old school and Jim Davidson and take the piss out of disabled people or anything like that. So I do humbly apologise on serious point.
I think serious point, but I think we can kind of
excuses
aren't reasons, but I think we're all mentally disabled on here, so it's like, I'm fat, I could do fat jokes. That's not always consistent logic, but to be fair to Mr. Brown, we're all mental here, we're all physically and mentally divergent here. So
I have got carte blanche to do toxic white male jokes.
Yeah, he is a toxic white mle, so he can do toxic white wife.
What about you, Commander? What class of being do you class yourself as?
He can do white glove jokes, toilet seat up jokes, argument with the wife jokes. He can do all of that. He can do all the marriage stuff.
Have you have you these videos, which I have not seen, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them? Are you in your full attire?
Yes, I'm in my full.
Liberace.
Did you wait? This is what you guys will get this better than I did when I first got it. The first couple of comments that I got from people on some of the social media was they said, "Oh my God, it's the Stig," and I said, "The Stig."
I said that the other week. The Stig.
Did you? And I'm like, I've never heard that in my life. So I looked it up and I'm like, "Oh,
you are the Stig."
Yeah, but you're
I meant the Stig.
You're the
you got
Stig
that-
with a
that
fancy
other
jacket.
Then you got that other
Yes, he
comment.
did not have a fancy jacket, nor
Great
did he have a
show.
cool voice. So.
Have you got the
Great show.
polo? Did you
Love-
get the polo sorted?
No, I haven't got that sorted out.
He hasn't got any mints.
I haven't got that sorted out.
Get it sorted.
I'm working on it. I'm working
Did
on
you
it.
see that other comment on your video? It's great format. Can't wait to steal it. Love Doomcock.
He's going to be jealous that I figured out how to get a microphone in my helmet.
He's on here now, isn't he? Stealing
That's
our
what
joke.
she
I bet you're on
said.
here. Reveal yourself, Doomcock. I know you're on here with your
you know what it is?
paper.
It's Sklavko, isn't Sklavko?
Slavko's
It's
working
Doomcock.
for. It's
No,
Doomco.
It's
Slavcock.
Doomcock.
It's Slavcock.
Oh, that sounds.
Yeah, we want
gross.
to. We exactly. Slavko with the text.
Sklavko, I am available for
Sklavko.
doing some commission work for your new Thursday night show where you.
Money in advance, please.
I need to earn money, please.
The best things in life are free, but these
Not anymore, they're
don't
not.
come with the birds and bees. I want Max. Doo, doo, doo. That's what I want.
I'm
Commander.
Commander.
In the bedroom,
Commander,
in
I
the
think
kitchen.
I
Mini
think
in the
you'll
garage.
appreciate this. I think I'm desperate for a Mac Mini.
He's gagging. He wants a mini.
I've been doing some Photoshop this week just to kind of brush up on skills.
without a monitor.
My nice best thing I've done is that intro video. Did you like that, by the way?
Yeah.
Excellent intro video.
So yeah, the timer. So yeah, it just takes so long to render. But when you're trying to do things in the program, if you click on anything, you just get the carousel ball, the beach ball for about 2 minutes. It's just so slow. There's like I'd probably say there's maybe a good 12 hours solid work there, but it's taken me a week and a half purely because I've been sat there looking at the ball going round.
Oh,
It's
you
not
need to get. You need to get.
It's
a new
not good.
machine.
It's not good.
Your time is more valuable than that.
Yeah,
I mean that's like I said last time when I was tinkering around with it. Like everything I tried to do, it was lightning fast.
I'm in that position, mate.
Yeah, you gotta take that.
Have you sorted your Adobe stuff out yet? By the way, or is it still?
No. I'm gonna worry about that once
You're up and running properly.
Once I'm broadcasting on the Mac Mini, then I'm gonna worry about that. Because right now I'm just working on like camera stuff. I am not working on any production stuff until I get the studio set up over at Le Island Fortress.
Is it just kind of raw videos then? No kind of titles or anything? Just kind of.
Correct.
Right. So it's very at the bottom level. All right, fair enough.
Correct. Bottom level. Thank you.
Well, no, I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a bad way.
I know. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, there's
somewhere, mate.
There's no value added work in there.
Fluff. I call it fluff. Fluff.
I have started like incorporating, like when I click off, instead of just ending the video, I'll end with my like splash screen.
I need to figure that out as well.
And it's kind of just a timing thing, really. When you're doing it live, sort of when you can do it easily when you're going back in production, but
right.
and I've got my music set up, but I can't get that built until I have my production suite up and running.
So when you put your your uniform on for the first time, did you feel sexy?
I did. There was a glimmer in the eye of the missus. Yes, every lady likes a man in uniform, and
every lady loves a highly polished helmet.
Yes, I told her. I said I can't kiss you through this helmet, so we're gonna have to wait until I'm done broadcasting. But,
just go get a straw, love. Just go get a straw.
Oh boy, yeah. So
uniforms are
shucks.
Yeah, so it's good.
You're not getting embarrassed, Commander. You're not getting embarrassed, are you? Under that helmet.
We can't tell.
Is it getting warm? Is it getting warm in there?
Perspiration on the visor.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, with the visor, I've had to like futz.
Do you like
it
it up
or
bit
down? To try to get, because it gets fogged up too quick. Because I get like worked up. I'm like intense, and I'm like rah, 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 and then I can't see what I'm doing. So
you need to
like it with the visor up. The wife likes it with the visor down.
But yeah, but I like it in a way because it sort of obscures my eyes. and I need that. The internal like sunscreen doesn't obscure my eyes.
You can
like,
buy
that classic line in the low. Colonel, you look so much better without your glasses. So do you.
yeah, Sklavko. That's every time I'm looking in the camera, I'm like, that is one sexy
stolen from
culture.
Doomcock Show.
It's Tenet style. You've stolen everything from Doomcock. There's some Tenet shit right here. You reversed engineered it and made it look like he's copied you, but you've copied him. Next, you'll be changing the aspect ratio. You idea thief.
And streaming at 1080p.
Just because Commander Culture was on Doomcock last week, you've copied his idea. I bet. I'll tell you what. If you get a phone call from Doomcock going, "Oi, Stig, come on my show,"
1 hour 10.
That'll be Commander Culture and Jeremy Clarkson tonight on Driving with Doomcock because he's been on Top Gear,
top Doomcock,
Top Whiskey. I think we should have a thing. Talk about a different. Burnett got it in the ear last night. Talk about a different broadcaster on every show. Tell them, and then they'll have to listen to it. You'll have to listen. Oh, I've had 3 slatings. I'm not happy with this.
I demand 4.
I demand 4. Push the button, Harvey. Doomcock
there. Go fuck yourself.
I'm broadcasting from the centre of the fucking earth. Doomcockney, isn't that right? RV, Bo Bells, Cthulhu. Push the fucking button, me old son. Roll out the barrows. Push out the button. I'm going to do a copyright-free song. La, 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 la. Whiskey in a jar. Whiskey in a jar. Quote from Blade Runner in the style of Captain Kirk. I've seen things you can't believe.
I don't care, but we're doing a show next week.
Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of
Dagenham.
Peckham High Street. Dagenham.
Off the ring road of Dagenham.
Dagenham. I've been to Orion.
Articulated lorries on fire around the ring road of Dagenham. I've seen them all.
10 hours a gate. Don't give me 10. You try getting out of Petersia 5:30 on a Friday. It's not happening, mate. Paddy Bridson, turn around. I'll give you 10 hours a gate. Fucking hell. Doomcockney. Featuring original ideas such as singing, talking, making.
All copyright, though, free.
Copyright me. Don't you do it. Don't you say it. Right, next week, a book on the prisoner. Fuck it, it's good enough for Az and Burnett. It's good enough for me. Shows that no one's ever analysed. Right, next week, talking about Star Trek, because no one else has. Isn't that right, Gary? Now, who believes in pyramids? I don't. Me and my alien mate say it's a load of bollocks.
Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica started on Galactica. I like the new one, but I like the
other
one.
They had pyramids.
I like Adama, because he was in Blade Runner. Is Adama a replicant?
And Miami Vice.
He's a toaster. He's a toaster and a skin job. He's a skin toaster.
And a replicant.
He's everything. He's a replica. He's Gary Newman in disguise. He's C-3PO. He's everything. Right, now, here comes another song.
Cars.
Now, I promise I will do the super chats later. Nah, fuck it. I'll do them now.
Message from Sklavko. You guys are very funny. Here's $500.
Hey, super chat. Super chats left go. No, well, I just want to say thanks to all the chatters and super chatters. Thanks to all me mods, all the mods. A Lambretta for all of you at Christmas. You've done such a great job. Thanks to the mods and the rockers.
Very British joke there. Superb,
man. Like, early to mid-60s joke. They have behaved themselves on the beaches. All right, you slag. Moving on. Doomcockney, original broadcasting, 24/7. Next week, having guests on the show. That's not been done before. Now, let me tell you about Blade Runner. Do you know he has a right old flob at the end? No one else noticed that except me.
He gozzed on Rudger, didn't he? Poof.
Spitting is extra. Oi, Nexus 6. Oh, I like that.
Have it.
Style. Have it large. Oh, no. I'll catch him. Catch a falling star. All right.
Catch a falling gob and put it in your hanky. Save it for a rainy day.
Ba-da-da-da-da. All right, that's enough picking on Doomcock. You'll have me
Listen.
crying. Don't pick on the Overlord. That's bullying. You're bullying the future Overlord of the Earth. That's low key, that is. Oh, good job he's not listening. He is now. Get one of his minions on here. Oi, Ashmead, get listening to Doomcockney. I don't like what he's saying. He's copying my shit, mate. I'm going to have to do another song. Underneath the arches. Is this copyright free? Can we have a fact check? Oh, I said something funny.
Screw you, Doomcock.
Yeah. Oi, fuck off, Harvey. Push your own button. I couldn't find my button. That's what she said.
Push the button.
Yes, Zippy.
Ow! Oh, it's okay for you, is it? Oh, do
1 hour 15.
Pull the sky up with a Doomcock. Right, no corpsing. Come, this is like jazz. We're having more fun than the audience. And there's
Listen, Doomcock. If you are, unfortunately,
we know you are.
Add corpse. Yeah, because I know you need new material, mate.
Yeah, 3D chess, mate. If you're not listening to this, how come these words are going to your head now? Think about it, Doomcock. You are listening because you can hear me saying this right now. Ah, got it. 3D chess.
This is Mr. Brown from the centre of Dagenham.
The centre of your birth.
Doomcock, it's because we love you.
It's only because we love you.
Listen. I've always said if people don't take the piss out of you, worry, you're doing something wrong, and we do that because
we're not talking about.
Listen, we've been ripping the piss out of you for the last 6 minutes solid because genuinely we love you. Yeah,
we love you. We're outside your house right now.
This is the British thing. Yeah, we genuinely love you. Okay, so don't take the helmet or the hump with us, please.
Don't contact the lawyers; they're busy enough as it is. And it's a Friday. Yeah, it's a weekend.
Well, I think I can kiss my work goodbye after that, don't you?
No, he's going to love it. Well, it's binary. No, he'll be pissing himself. He'll love it.
I hope so. Doomcock, honestly, genuinely, we love you, man. Yeah.
I've got to say,
just don't forget that. When we stop taking the piss out of you, that's
you
when
worry.
Yeah.
No, that's what I've got to say. That's what I love.
What do you say, Commander? Is that correct?
Oh yeah. No, I was.
We'll get to you in a minute.
I think it was John Cleese. I can't remember. Some great British comedian that wasn't Rowan Atkinson was talking about the difference between
there are other
American
comedians.
comedy. Oh yeah, there are lots of them, but they're not coming to my mind right now. The one that was doing the talking, I think it was John Cleese. But anyway, he was Hugh Laurie. Hugh Laurie, that's who it was.
Oh right, okay.
And he
I like
and
a
so,
bit of Laurie.
House.
So and oh my gosh, House. So he was saying, what's the difference between American comedy and British comedy? And one of the pieces of advice that one of another British comedian who'd spent time in America had told him is he said, when you're talking to Americans, you can't take the piss out of them. If you say something like, "Oh, that last bit you did was terrible," they will genuinely get offended, or they're like, "Why? What are you calling me a bad comedian or something?" And he said, in England, we kind of go back and forth, and we rib each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
And in America, it's like there's such things as fighting words or whatever, and it's odd to hear them coming from someone that you wouldn't think is trying to stand up to you. So you're like, well, what's going on here?
On that, what I like, because we're doing it now, although I'm doing my usual interruption, but interrupting with a through line is increasingly with the broadcasting, we're getting more what it's like back to 1776. We're basically more Anglo-American stuff. So because we've been picking up a lot of American culture over the decades, and now it's been coming back the other way.
Yeah, I like that. It's going back and forth. I like that.
Yeah, so you have like Gary saying wanker.
Shite.
Next I'll be saying jerk. So no, I like it. It's like for me, I don't know if I believed in reincarnation. I'd say I must have had something to do with that whole revolution.
The ultimate goal is to get Robert Meyer Burnett to say twat correctly.
Yeah, exactly. He's a gatekeeping twat on twat. It says he calls it twat. There's no O in twat. I mean, it just
loses it in the translation, doesn't it? Gatekeeping twat.
No. But in America, we say it with the O sound.
Listen, mate.
Commander.
Yeah.
We invented the language. All right.
Hey, what language you speak over in England? English? No way. That's what.
Well, it doesn't sound like you two are speaking it very well.
Oh,
I think I could probably do a better job of that myself.
Don't take the piss, son. Don't take the piss.
I like that. No, he's more convincing than you, Brown. Oh, let's have more of that, Commander. I like it.
There's
Well,
reason they call
my
it
dad
BBC
is, to be
English.
fair.
That's good. No, I think that's it. I think honorary Brit of the evening. That's it. He's rumbled us, Brown.
Yeah,
He's
thank
more
you.
English than us.
Commander, serious
Yeah.
question. Do you like coming on here?
I love it.
Hey, that's what she said.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's great.
Cockney Mirror Spock dies live on air.
I corpse myself.
At 1
No,
hour
it's
20.
good. There's a lot of levity here, and I like rubbing shoulders with my English cousins. So
Well, if this show must be a winner, because if Doomcock's ripping it off, I think we're on to a winner, don't you?
Imitation
think so.
is a sincerest form of plagiarism. I made that up.
it is.
I'm getting a kettle for that one.
He won't come on here, though. I'd like to
He
think
will now with
But
his
he won't.
lawyer.
He's a very busy guy. He's got to watch all 5 seasons of Babylon 5, right? You've already recommended that. He's not.
I'm sure he's watched them. He's watched them anyway.
Just the
Sure.
tip, Lana.
He does need somebody to do his production for him, mentioning no names. Mr. Brown!
Oh, he could do with a producer, couldn't he? Someone familiar with his oeuvre.
On a serious note, I do think because
Oh, now he's going to get serious.
a lot of the bigger channels are embracing the producer because they've kind of realised they need them.
Yeah. As they grow.
Doomcock.
And-
Just saying,
and
mate.
Burnett.
Just saying.
You
Just
should
saying.
do both of them, 2 for 1.
Just saying.
Well, I mean, you guys can probably all attest. It's like 80%, 90% production work, and like just 10% doing what we're doing, just sitting there talking.
You know
on
what,
air.
Commander? There's more production on this show than what there was on Doomcock's show last night.
It's all about the toys.
Well,
Actually, you know what?
And I've got one viewer. He had
I'm
400.
so honoured. I'm going to humble brag. I actually got a comment from Burnett on my last video. But the thing is, it wasn't about the video. It was about the hot toys in the background. So you have the Roger Moore and the sitting down domino. He knows his toys. I'm going to put more toys in now just to tickle Burnett. That's the top tip. If you want to get Burnett on your channel, get some toys out. Hot toys.
He's been. I've been. Yeah, I know. I've asked him to come on and do an Eagle show, but
I want to get on that Eagle show.
If I do,
yeah,
I think I would need to do a little bit of production, and maybe I just need to kind of figure out what to do.
Who's our third favourite? Who else?
I have devised a Star Trek show for Doomcock and
devised. Well, for yourself, but no. Borrow it.
Well, no, it's going to be on this channel because I think I need the hits. But it's a I think it's personally quite a good for them two. Yeah. Burnett and Doomcock.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Their Star Trek knowledge is beyondness. Yeah.
It's Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah. Nice pun. Not quite as bad, but close.
Thanks for rolling that in, by the way.
It was very good. So I have devised a show where they would come on and we would talk about an episode. On the format, I'm not going to say because obviously Doomcock will be listening to this, so he'll be reading it off. But they would like it, and I think genuinely because people, let's face it, people are turning to YouTube for their entertainment these days.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On a basic level, we haven't got the production values of a proper TV show.
Whiskey in the jar.
But
whiskey in the jar.
We make up for it
in the jar.
with our enthusiasm.
Oh, I wish I had some enthusiasm. This is me just.
I'd like to do a show with them two, me presenting or somebody who's a good presenter. I just don't think I don't know if I've got the presenting chops to do it yet though. That's the confidence. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to do kind of a pilot episode with them, kind of not live, but just recorded, see how it goes. I think it would be good.
So you're optimistic,
it's just trying to get them. No, anybody, listen, mate, anybody, it's a Star Trek show for people who love Star Trek.
True.
Like myself.
Well, that's why we wanted to.
Doesn't Will Wheaton already do that?
Commander, how dare you?
How very dare you, sir?
How very
dare I ask you to step outside right now.
How
with your
very
white gloves and your Stig helmet.
You're going to get a kicking if you say that again, mate.
White helmet. Stig of the dog. I tell you what, did you move the
very
helmet
dare
up
you.
on the logo? How very dare you, sir?
Yeah,
terribly sorry, Cap. Terribly sorry.
You got to admit the logo works better on this with it just moved up that bit, doesn't it? Come on.
It's not symmetrical
yes,
though.
It does. It does. I made that switch right after you recommended it. I didn't want.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Asymmetrical, facing one way.
Right. We've got 5 minutes, so we're going to finish off. So.
What? Sudden death.
The problem is Cockney's just got going because he's just made his cup of tea. That's his sign.
I'm just waking up.
How much sugar did he put in it?
I didn't want to tell you, but I actually
one lump or two.
I've just got going.
Bush. Because I had a snooze and I ignored Brown's advice of an hour and a half, so I was half asleep for most of that show. I'm just getting pumped. Yeah, now I've got 5 minutes to extend. It's my little thing. This is third time's the charm, or whatever it is. Basically, I like to extend Brown at the last minute, just when you think he's done. Well, come on, honey, another half an hour. I'll give you the $100 now. Let's do it. We've got 5 minutes to convince him.
Mate, honestly, I need to earn money, or just keep.
I'm talking about
just keep busy, mate. Just.
Right.
Yeah, go on.
Commander, you and I.
Yeah.
We've got 5 minutes. 4 minutes and some seconds to convince Brown to extend, because I like.
Listen, guys. Listen, if I've got.
Hello. Got things to do.
I will have to turn in here myself.
Oh, fine. Well, you got 4 minutes to be entertained.
Commander, when do you want to leave?
I probably could go to the bottom of the hour here.
Not you, Siri. You're so needy. Siri, fuck off.
Listen, guys, if I go make a coffee, you can just fight amongst yourselves, and then I'll come back up. And we'll do the two. Yeah, I'll drop out, and then you two can carry on.
Without Brown.
Well, I'm only good for another 4 minits or so.
You mean you want to go in 4?
Yeah, at the bottom of the hour.
Sorry, Cockney, you've had it, mate.
Okay.
We'll have to leave and want him more, mate.
Yeah, fair enough. Well,
okay.
Obviously Stig's busy with other things. He's got a toilet seat to put
Stig
up.
needs to go buy another helmet.
Yeah, fair enough. Fine.
Overalls.
The helmet is literal perfection.
Well,
is it good?
Literal. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes.
That was a Batwoman reference there.
What's the no?
Ooh. So you're the one that watches Batwoman.
No, you watched it then, yeah.
No. I have 3 TVs, and I turn on all 3.
He's got 3 TVs, one for each eye.
That's how we get the ratings up for Batwoman.
Exactly. 2 houses, 3 TVs, 1 wife, 1 toilet seat.
3 TVs, 1 for each eye. Think about it.
Well, I have 3 TVs that are tuned to Batwoman. I've got other ones around. But,
Batwoman.
The bestest ever.
Oh, you can't say that. That's copyright.
That's copyright. That's Nick in Doomcock's channel.
Listen. Doomcock is from Texas. He does not talk like a Californian. I am from California, and we are the bestest ever. He does not know how to talk like a Californian. He copies, but he's not the best or the bestest ever. I can tell you that.
Now I'm getting Gary vibes. He's
thank you. That's an honor. Yeah, Gary has a California accent, and he drops into it sometimes.
He does, because I tell you what, I love it. I don't know if he even notices it, but when he does his hairdresser voice, it's just so on point. Because obviously I know so many San Franciscan hairdressers myself, but it's like half a character and half a memory to me. He's just fascinating. What we got here from
Sklavko says stereo bat. Nice pun. I've not seen Batwoman. I just know it'd be bollocks or dog shit.
Stereo bat.
Dog shit.
Yeah. It's not even worth wasting your time on, honestly.
Batshit crazy.
Remember, bat droppings are highly contagious.
But I will tell you, did you guys know the British Navy ran on bat guano when they reduced the sulfur in the guano? Yeah, but that and Bird and all the other stuff. That's why they were taking over the islands in the Pacific and the jungles in South America and buying
God, he's good.
guano.
God, he's good, isn't he?
HMS Bat Poop
Yeah,
coming at you. That's
how you make gunpowder. So in the olden days.
Right, Cockney, you've got a minute. Over to you, mate, and we'll finish.
Well, isn't it? I mean, everything really. We've had everything as always: pathos, bathos, joy, pain, laughter, tears, death, birth,
Sunshine
life,
and rain.
toilet seats up, toilet seats down.
Sunshine and rain.
So check out my forthcoming book, Deckard, Is He a Replicant? Actually, all right, there is one more point, because you did just to round it up, just to show I was listening. Commander, you mentioned that we didn't have the big hint about Deckard being a replicant. The replicant, like the hand of the Terminator, as you mentioned. And you're quite right, because that did happen, as per that video that YouTube fed me, but only in the second version, the director's cut, and also the final cut, we got the addition of the unicorn. So you're quite right, and this has come up in our
1 hour 30.
The original 1982
1 hour
I think,
30.
wanting to say version doesn't have that unicorn scene. So you're quite right. It's basically, it becomes less and less nuanced. For those that want to have the open-ended kind of, is he or isn't he, it could go either way, that's your 1982. Then with the other two versions...
So it depends on what version you're watching.
And I haven't seen the other versions. I've only seen the original.
Yeah.
So
it is made more explicit with each version, and that's why I'm saying in the next version, Ridley's just going to come in at the beginning and go, "Oi, Deckard's a replicant. All right, on with the show." So you can argue with if you're a purist and only watch the 1982
You need to go on
original.
Doomcock's show, you.
Well, Doomcock needs to. Well, this is it's one of those circles. It's going to get to the point where if I'm not on Doomcock's Blade Runner show,
you need to be on it.
Watching.
Yeah,
I am the Blade Runner. Man.
I'm going to say for the folks in the chat, I'm going to be doing a new show. I've just had a great idea. It's going to be called Friday Night Bollocks. UK.
Friday Night Bollocks, very original.
So lots of singing,
Dancing, super chat,
romancing.
For many a year.
Friday Night
my money on whiskey and beer. Oh wait, that one's already done.
Oh, he's good. Do that again.
Yeah, Commander, you can be the comic sidekick that swears at me all the time. Mr. Brown, you're a wanker. Mr. Brown, you're a wanker.
I thought that was Cockney's role.
Well, just calling him a wanker. Well, we do that to each other.
No, he's Cockney Spock, the Doom Squirrel, the Doom Vulcan.
Cockney Mirror Spot. Oh, there's some powdery pun in there, isn't there? Mirror in the bathroom.
Hank Hill himself.
I think if we just fine-tune the format, I think we're on to a winner. Don't you?
I still want to do Teletubbies by David Bowie. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, La La Po. Teletubbies, say hello.
Bollocks. Right.
Bollocks.
We'll call it a draw. Sklavko, cheers for popping in, mate. Sorry about the technical. Sorry about the technical
glitches,
bollocks.
Gremlins.
Sklavko, please tell your friends about us. We need some viewers.
The Barren Knights of Baffering.
This show is far more worthy than just one viewer, mate. So
but whatever you do, Sklavko, don't tell them Pushy Kurak. Don't tell them.
Don't tell Doomcock. No one tell Doomcock about this show.
Doomcock, we love you. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
I dare you to tweet Doomcock. I dare you to tweet out. I dare you formally to tweet out. We spend 80% of this show talking about you, Doomcock.
Shall I edit the good bit and put it into a short?
Yeah, and then put and at the good bit, the funny minutes. One funny minute in every 90, guaranteed, like a little raisin.
The corpse in 5 minutes. The corpse in 5 minutes.
All right,
yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay, we're going. So, Commander, thanks for coming on. Will you send me a link on email to your channel, mate, and I'll post it.
Cheers, Stig.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Cheers, Stig. See you later, pal. And Cockney, same to you, mate. Take care. Sklavko.
Thank you, good sir.
Thank you, sir. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.